Introduction. Sean Whalen starts by painting a vivid picture of the frustration that many people feel in their lives. He describes the constant sense of running in place, never quite achieving the success or satisfaction they desire. This feeling is often exacerbated by the multiple demands placed on individuals, from their jobs, families, friends, and even societal expectations. Whalen makes it clear that this book is not for people who are content with mediocrity. It's for those who are ready to take charge and make serious changes. Whalen's own life story serves as a powerful backdrop to the lessons he teaches. Once a successful entrepreneur, Whalen lost everything during the 2008 financial crisis, including his business, marriage, and self-esteem. He found himself overwhelmed by stress and depression, unsure of how to climb out of the hole he had dug for himself. This personal struggle gives Whalen the credibility to speak to readers who may feel stuck in their own lives. The key premise of the book is that by focusing on the core four, power, passion, purpose, and production, anyone can regain control of their life and start achieving their goals. Whalen introduces these concepts briefly in the introduction, promising readers that each will be explored in detail in the coming chapters. He emphasizes that these four areas must be balanced, like the legs of a chair. If one leg is shorter than the others, the chair will wobble, or worse, collapse. Chapter 1, The Problem. Whalen begins this chapter by discussing the all-too-common problem of living a reactive life. He argues that most people spend their days putting out fires, responding to emails, handling crises at work, dealing with family drama, without ever taking the time to proactively shape their own destiny. This reactive lifestyle leaves people feeling powerless, overwhelmed, and unsatisfied. He dives deeper into the psychology behind this behavior, explaining that many people fall into this trap because they lack clear goals or a sense of purpose. When you don't have a clear direction, it's easy to get swept up in the demands of the moment. Whalen likens this to drifting in a river without a paddle. You're at the mercy of the current, rather than steering your own course. Whalen introduces the idea of personal responsibility as the first step towards solving this problem. He argues that no one else is going to fix your life for you. You have to take responsibility for your own happiness, success, and fulfillment. This concept of extreme ownership is a central theme throughout the book. According to Whalen, once you accept responsibility for everything in your life, both the good and the bad, you can begin to make meaningful changes. He concludes the chapter by challenging readers to assess their own lives. Where are they feeling stuck? What areas are out of balance? Whalen encourages readers to confront these issues head-on, as avoidance will only lead to more frustration and dissatisfaction. Chapter 2, Core 4, Power. The first pillar of Whalen's Core 4 is power, which he defines as the physical and mental strength that comes from taking care of your body. Whalen makes the case that your physical health is the foundation of everything else in your life. Without a strong, healthy body, you can't expect to perform at your best in other areas. Whalen begins by discussing the importance of daily exercise. He argues that moving your body every day isn't just about staying in shape, it's about building mental toughness, discipline, and resilience. He shares stories from his own life, explaining how daily physical activity helped him regain control of his life after his financial collapse. Whether it's lifting weights, running, yoga, or simply walking, Whalen believes that regular exercise is non-negotiable for anyone who wants to succeed. In addition to exercise, Whalen emphasizes the importance of nutrition. He explains that what you put into your body has a direct impact on your energy levels, mood, and cognitive function. Whalen advocates for a clean, whole foods-based diet that fuels your body and mind. He warns against the dangers of processed foods, sugar, and excessive alcohol consumption, which can sap your energy and leave you feeling sluggish. Sleep is another critical component of power. Whalen shares research on the importance of sleep for cognitive function, emotional regulation, and overall health. He encourages readers to prioritize sleep by creating a bedtime routine, minimizing screen time before bed, and ensuring they get at least 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night. In this chapter, Whalen also touches on the importance of mental health. He argues that physical health and mental health are deeply interconnected. Practices like meditation, mindfulness, and journaling can help reduce stress and improve mental clarity, allowing you to be more effective in all areas of your life. Chapter 3, Core 4, Passion. Passion, the second pillar of the Core 4, is all about relationships. Whalen argues that meaningful connections with others are essential to a fulfilling life. Whether it's your spouse, children, friends, or co-workers, the quality of your relationships has a profound impact on your happiness and success. Whalen shares stories from his own life, particularly the breakdown of his marriage, to illustrate the consequences of neglecting relationships. He admits that during his rise to financial success, he became so focused on his business that he neglected his wife and children. This led to a painful divorce and years of estrangement from his children. However, by applying the principles of the Core 4, Whalen was able to rebuild these relationships and find happiness again. The key to passion, according to Whalen, is communication. He encourages readers to make a daily habit of expressing their thoughts and emotions to their loved ones. This doesn't have to be anything elaborate, even small gestures like a text message or a quick phone call can help strengthen relationships. Whalen also emphasizes the importance of quality time. He suggests scheduling regular date nights with your spouse or one-on-one time with your children to maintain strong connections. In addition to personal relationships, Whalen discusses the importance of professional relationships. He argues that success in business often comes down to the quality of your relationships with colleagues, clients, and partners. Building trust and rapport with others can open doors and create opportunities that wouldn't be available otherwise. Whalen concludes the chapter by reminding readers that relationships require effort. Just as you must exercise regularly to maintain physical health, you must nurture your relationships to keep them strong and healthy. Chapter 4, Core 4, Purpose. Purpose is the third pillar of the Core 4, and it's all about personal clarity and inner growth. Whalen argues that without a clear sense of purpose, it's easy to drift through life without direction or fulfillment. Purpose acts as a guiding star, giving you a reason to get out of bed in the morning and pursue your goals with passion and determination. Whalen shares his own journey of finding purpose after his financial collapse. He explains that for years, his purpose was tied solely to his business success. When that success was taken away, he felt lost and unsure of who he was or what he was meant to do. It wasn't until he began focusing on personal development and spiritual growth that he was able to regain a sense of purpose. In this chapter, Whalen encourages readers to spend time each day reflecting on their values, beliefs, and goals. This could be through meditation, journaling, or simply sitting quietly and thinking. The goal is to gain clarity on what truly matters to you and what you want to achieve in life. Whalen also discusses the importance of setting goals that are aligned with your purpose. He argues that many people set goals that are based on external expectations, rather than their own values and desires. This can lead to a sense of emptiness, even if you achieve those goals. Instead, Whalen advises readers to set goals that are meaningful and fulfilling to them personally. Spirituality is another key aspect of purpose. Whalen doesn't advocate for any specific religious belief, but he encourages readers to connect with whatever higher power or source of inspiration resonates with them. This could be God, the universe, nature, or even a sense of inner wisdom. The point is to find something that gives you a sense of connection and meaning beyond yourself. Chapter 5, Core 4, Production. The fourth and final pillar of the Core 4 is production, which focuses on career and business success. Whalen argues that productivity is not about working harder, but working smarter. Too many people, he says, waste time on tasks that don't move them closer to their goals. The key to productivity is identifying the tasks that will have the greatest impact and focusing your energy on those. Whalen shares his own productivity strategies, which include time management techniques like batching tasks, eliminating distractions, and setting clear priorities. He advises readers to plan their days in advance, so they can hit the ground running each morning. By having a clear plan for the day, you can avoid getting sidetracked by less important tasks. Goal setting is another critical aspect of production. Whalen encourages readers to set both short-term and long-term goals, and to break those goals down into actionable steps. This allows you to make consistent progress toward your goals, even if the steps are small. Whalen also emphasizes the importance of tracking your progress. By regularly reviewing your goals and assessing your progress, you can stay motivated and make adjustments as needed. Whalen concludes the chapter by discussing the role of passion in productivity. He argues that the most successful people are those who are passionate about their work. When you're passionate about what you do, work doesn't feel like a chore, it becomes a source of joy and fulfillment. Whalen encourages readers to pursue careers or businesses that align with their passions, rather than simply chasing money or status. Chapter 6, Applying the Core 4. In this chapter, Whalen brings together all the concepts from the previous chapters and shows readers how to apply the Core 4 in their daily lives. He emphasizes that the Core 4 is not a one-time fix, but a daily practice. Just as you must exercise regularly to maintain physical health, you must consistently apply the Core 4 principles to maintain balance in your life. Whalen introduces the concept of daily tracking, which he believes is essential for staying accountable. He recommends creating a simple tracking system for each of the 4 areas: power, passion, purpose, and production. For example, you might track your daily exercise, your time spent with loved ones, your personal development activities, and your business progress. By tracking these areas every day, you can ensure that you're maintaining balance and making consistent progress. Whalen also discusses the importance of morning routines. He argues that how you start your day sets the tone for the rest of the day. By incorporating the Core 4 into your morning routine, you can ensure that you're starting each day with a focus on health, relationships, purpose, and productivity. This might involve exercising in the morning, spending time meditating or journaling, and planning your day's tasks. Whalen provides examples of how he structures his own day to ensure that he's prioritizing the Core 4. He also shares tips for staying motivated and consistent, even when life gets busy or challenging. Chapter 7, Dealing with Resistance. As readers begin to implement the Core 4 principles in their daily lives, Whalen anticipates that they will encounter resistance. Resistance can take many forms, including procrastination, self-doubt, and external obstacles like time constraints or negative influences from others. In this chapter, Whalen discusses how to recognize and overcome these barriers to success. One of the primary forms of resistance is internal resistance, which often manifests as self-doubt or fear. Whalen explains that as you start making changes in your life, your mind will sometimes fight against those changes because it's comfortable with the status quo. This fear of the unknown or of failure can cause you to second-guess yourself and retreat to old habits. To combat internal resistance, Whalen advocates for what he calls micro-wins. Micro-wins are small victories that build momentum and reinforce the belief that you can succeed. For example, if your goal is to improve your physical health, a micro-win might be completing a 10-minute workout or choosing a healthy meal over junk food. These small actions may seem insignificant, but over time, they build confidence and help you overcome resistance. Whalen also stresses the importance of self-compassion. Many people are overly critical of themselves, especially when they encounter setbacks. Whalen reminds readers that change is difficult, and it's normal to experience bumps along the way. Instead of beating yourself up over mistakes, it's important to acknowledge them, learn from them, and move forward. Another key form of resistance is external resistance. This can come from people in your life who are uncomfortable with the changes you're making. Whalen points out that when you start making positive changes, some people may feel threatened or jealous. They may try to discourage you, either consciously or subconsciously, to maintain the status quo. Whalen encourages readers to set boundaries with these individuals and stay focused on their goals. Whalen also touches on environmental resistance, which includes practical obstacles like lack of time, resources, or support. He suggests finding creative solutions to these challenges. For example, if you struggle to find time for exercise, you could incorporate physical activity into your daily routine by taking the stairs instead of the elevator or going for a walk during your lunch break. The key is to be adaptable and persistent in the face of challenges. Ultimately, Whalen believes that the most important factor in overcoming resistance is consistency. Even when progress is slow or obstacles arise, the key is to keep moving forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. He likens this to building a wall, where each brick represents a small action or habit. Over time, those bricks add up to something significant. Chapter 8, The Importance of Mentors and Support Systems. Whalen dedicates this chapter to discussing the critical role that mentors and support systems play in personal and professional growth. He starts by defining what a mentor is, a person who has already achieved the success you're striving for and can offer guidance, advice, and encouragement along the way. Whalen explains that mentors can provide valuable insights that you might not be able to see on your own. Because they have already navigated the challenges you're facing, they can help you avoid common pitfalls and make smarter decisions. Whalen shares his own experiences with mentors who have helped him at various stages of his career, from rebuilding his life after financial ruin to growing his business. Finding a mentor, however, can be challenging. Whalen suggests looking for someone who has achieved success in an area that aligns with your goals, whether it's business, health, relationships, or personal development. This person doesn't have to be a formal mentor. Sometimes, you can learn just as much by observing and studying successful people from afar. Whalen advises readers to reach out to potential mentors with humility and a willingness to learn, rather than expecting immediate handouts or shortcuts. In addition to mentors, Whalen emphasizes the importance of having a strong support system. He argues that no one succeeds alone, and having a network of supportive friends, family, and colleagues can make a significant difference in your ability to stay motivated and resilient. Whalen discusses the concept of a tribe, a group of like-minded individuals who share your values and support your goals. Whalen shares practical advice on how to build and maintain a support system. He encourages readers to surround themselves with positive, ambitious people who inspire them to be better. He also warns against the dangers of toxic relationships, which can drain your energy and pull you off course. If someone in your life is constantly negative, discouraging, or unsupportive, it may be necessary to limit your interactions with that person or, in some cases, cut ties altogether. One of the key points Whalen makes is that reciprocity is essential in any healthy relationship. Whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a colleague, relationships should be mutually beneficial. You should be as willing to offer support, advice, and encouragement as you are to receive it. By fostering reciprocal relationships, you create a strong network of people who are invested in your success, just as you are in theirs. Whalen concludes this chapter by urging readers to take an inventory of their current relationships. Are the people in your life lifting you up or holding you back? Are you actively contributing to the success and well-being of others? By answering these questions honestly, you can identify areas where you need to make changes to build a stronger support system. Chapter 9, Time Management and Efficiency, New Expanded Section. Although Whalen touches on productivity throughout the book, this expanded section delves deeper into time management and efficiency, two critical components of success that often determine whether someone can effectively implement the core four. Whalen starts by discussing the myth of work-life balance. He argues that true balance doesn't mean splitting your time evenly between work, family, and personal pursuits, but rather being fully present and engaged in whatever you're doing at the moment. He explains that people often waste time by multitasking or being distracted by their phones, emails, or social media. The key to efficiency, according to Whalen, is focusing on one task at a time and giving it your full attention. Whalen introduces a technique called time blocking, where you schedule specific blocks of time for each of your priorities. For example, you might dedicate the first hour of your day to exercise, power, the next 2 hours to focused work, production, and set aside time in the evening for family, passion, and personal development, purpose. By time blocking, you ensure that each area of the core four gets the attention it deserves, without bleeding into other areas. Another strategy Whalen discusses is the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule. This principle states that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. Whalen encourages readers to identify the tasks that generate the most significant results and focus their energy on those. For example, if 80% of your business revenue comes from 20% of your clients, you should prioritize nurturing those key relationships rather than spreading yourself too thin across all clients. Whalen also talks about the importance of eliminating distractions. He explains that distractions are the enemy of efficiency, and they often come in the form of small, seemingly harmless interruptions, like checking your phone or responding to emails as they come in. To combat this, Whalen suggests setting designated times throughout the day for checking emails and social media, rather than allowing them to constantly pull you away from your work. In addition to eliminating distractions, Whalen advocates for delegating tasks whenever possible. He acknowledges that many people have a hard time letting go of control, but he argues that delegating allows you to focus on the tasks that truly require your attention and expertise. Whether it's outsourcing administrative tasks, hiring a personal assistant, or automating parts of your business, delegation can free up valuable time and mental energy. Whalen also introduces the concept of batching, which involves grouping similar tasks together and completing them in one focused session. For example, instead of responding to emails throughout the day, you might set aside an hour each afternoon to handle all your emails at once. Similarly, you could batch creative tasks like writing or brainstorming into a dedicated block of time, allowing you to get into a flow state without constant interruptions. Finally, Whalen addresses the issue of energy management. He explains that time management is only part of the equation. Managing your energy levels is just as important. Whalen suggests paying attention to your body's natural rhythms and scheduling your most important tasks during the times when you have the most energy and focus. For many people, this is in the morning, but it varies from person to person. By aligning your tasks with your energy levels, you can work more efficiently and avoid burnout. Whalen concludes this section by reminding readers that time and energy are finite resources. By managing them wisely, you can maximize your productivity and create more time for the things that truly matter: your health, relationships, personal growth, and career success. Chapter 10, Goal Setting and Visualization, New Expanded Section. In this expanded section, Whalen delves deeper into the topics of goal setting and visualization, two powerful tools that can help readers achieve success in every area of their lives. Whalen starts by explaining the importance of setting clear, specific goals. He argues that vague goals like get in shape or make more money are ineffective because they don't provide a clear direction or a measurable outcome. Instead, Whalen encourages readers to set SMART goals, goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of setting a goal to get in shape, you might set a goal to lose 10 pounds in the next 3 months by exercising 4 times a week and following a healthy eating plan. Whalen emphasizes the importance of writing down your goals. He explains that the simple act of writing your goals down makes them more real and helps you stay accountable. He encourages readers to review their goals regularly and adjust them as needed based on their progress and changing circumstances. In addition to setting goals, Whalen introduces the concept of visualization. Visualization involves mentally rehearsing the achievement of your goals, imagining yourself successfully reaching your desired outcome. Whalen shares research that shows how visualization can activate the same neural pathways as actually performing the task, which can improve your performance and increase your chances of success. Whalen explains that visualization works because it helps you build a mental blueprint for success. By regularly visualizing your goals, you can increase your confidence, motivation, and focus. Whalen suggests incorporating visualization into your daily routine, either as part of your morning practice or before you go to bed at night. One of the key points Whalen makes is that visualization is not a substitute for action. While it's important to visualize your success, you also need to take consistent, tangible steps toward your goals. Whalen warns against the trap of magical thinking, where people believe that simply visualizing their success will make it happen without any effort. Visualization is a tool to help you stay focused and motivated, but it must be combined with action. Whalen also discusses the importance of breaking down your goals into smaller, manageable steps. He explains that many people get overwhelmed by the size of their goals and give up before they even start. By breaking your goals down into smaller milestones, you can make consistent progress and build momentum. For example, if your goal is to write a book, you might break it down into smaller tasks like outlining the chapters, writing 1 chapter per week, and revising the manuscript. Finally, Whalen introduces the concept of goal stacking, where you build on your achievements by setting progressively bigger and more challenging goals. He explains that as you achieve your initial goals, you'll gain confidence and momentum, which will allow you to tackle more ambitious projects. This approach helps you maintain a sense of progress and growth, rather than stagnating after reaching a single milestone. Whalen concludes this section by encouraging readers to take their goal setting and visualization seriously. By setting clear goals, visualizing success, and taking consistent action, you can achieve far more than you ever thought possible. Chapter 11, The Role of Habits in Success, New Expanded Section. In this expanded section, Whalen delves deeper into the power of habits and their role in achieving long-term success. He explains that success isn't just about setting big goals or having bursts of motivation, it's about the small, consistent actions you take every day. These actions, when repeated over time, form habits that can either propel you towards success or hold you back. Whalen begins by discussing the concept of keystone habits, those key behaviors that have a ripple effect on other areas of your life. For example, daily exercise might be a keystone habit because it not only improves your physical health but also boosts your energy, mood, and focus, which in turn makes you more productive at work and more present in your relationships. Whalen encourages readers to identify their own keystone habits and make them a priority in their daily routines. One of the key points Whalen makes is that habits are built through repetition. He explains that when you repeat a behavior consistently, it becomes automatic over time, requiring less conscious effort. This is why it's so important to focus on building positive habits that support your goals, rather than relying solely on motivation, which can be fleeting. Whalen shares his own experience of using habits to rebuild his life after his financial collapse. He explains that when he was at his lowest point, he didn't try to overhaul his entire life all at once. Instead, he focused on small, manageable habits that he could repeat every day, such as exercising for 30 minutes, writing in his journal, and spending quality time with his children. Over time, these habits helped him regain control of his life and build a foundation for success. Whalen introduces the idea of the habit loop, which consists of a cue, a routine, and a reward. The cue is the trigger that initiates the habit, the routine is the behavior itself, and the reward is the positive outcome that reinforces the habit. For example, if you want to build a habit of going for a run every morning, your cue might be placing your running shoes by the door the night before. The routine is the run itself, and the reward might be the sense of accomplishment and endorphin rush you feel afterward. Whalen emphasizes the importance of consistency when building new habits. He explains that it's better to start small and be consistent than to try to take on too much at once and burn out. For example, if your goal is to start meditating every day, you might begin with just 5 minutes of meditation each morning. As you build the habit and it becomes more ingrained, you can gradually increase the amount of time you spend meditating. Another key concept Whalen discusses is habit stacking, a technique popularized by James Clear in his book, Atomic Habits. Habit stacking involves linking a new habit to an existing one, making it easier to incorporate the new behavior into your routine. For example, if you already have a habit of drinking coffee every morning, you might stack a new habit of journaling for 5 minutes after you finish your coffee. By linking the new habit to something you already do, you increase the likelihood of sticking with it. Whalen also addresses the role of accountability in habit formation. He suggests finding an accountability partner, someone who can check in with you regularly and hold you accountable for sticking to your habits. This could be a friend, family member, or coach who is also working on building positive habits. By sharing your progress with someone else, you create an additional layer of commitment and motivation. One of the challenges Whalen acknowledges is breaking bad habits. He explains that bad habits are often deeply ingrained and can be difficult to change, but it's not impossible. The key is to identify the cues that trigger the bad habit and replace the routine with a healthier behavior. For example, if you have a habit of snacking on junk food when you're stressed, you might replace that behavior with a healthier stress relief routine, such as going for a walk or practicing deep breathing exercises. Whalen concludes this section by reminding readers that habits are the building blocks of success. By focusing on small, positive actions and repeating them consistently, you can create lasting change in your life. He encourages readers to be patient with themselves and to trust the process, knowing that the cumulative effect of their daily habits will eventually lead to significant results. Chapter 12, Overcoming Fear and Self-Doubt, New Expanded Section. In this expanded section, Whalen takes a deep dive into one of the most common obstacles to success, fear and self-doubt. He explains that fear is a natural part of the human experience, but it's how you respond to that fear that determines whether you succeed or fail. Whalen begins by exploring the psychological roots of fear and self-doubt. He explains that these emotions often stem from a fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown. Many people are afraid to take risks or pursue their dreams because they're worried about what might go wrong. Whalen argues that this fear is often irrational, and the best way to overcome it is to take action despite the fear. One of the key strategies Whalen suggests is reframing fear as an opportunity for growth. He explains that fear is often a sign that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone and challenging yourself in new ways. Rather than avoiding fear, Whalen encourages readers to embrace it and view it as a sign that they're on the right path. He shares his own experiences of confronting fear, whether it was the fear of rebuilding his business after losing everything or the fear of putting himself out there in new relationships. Whalen also discusses the concept of failure as feedback. He explains that failure is not something to be feared or avoided but rather a valuable learning experience that can help you improve and grow. He encourages readers to adopt a growth mindset, where failure is seen as a natural part of the learning process. By viewing failure as feedback, you can remove the emotional charge around it and use it as a stepping stone toward success. One of the techniques Whalen shares for overcoming fear is exposure therapy. This involves gradually exposing yourself to the things you're afraid of in small, manageable steps. For example, if you're afraid of public speaking, you might start by speaking in front of a small group of friends or colleagues before gradually working your way up to larger audiences. By repeatedly facing your fears in a controlled environment, you can desensitize yourself to the fear and build confidence. Whalen also addresses the issue of imposter syndrome, a form of self-doubt where individuals feel like they're not deserving of their success or fear being exposed as a fraud. He explains that imposter syndrome is common among high achievers and is often rooted in perfectionism or unrealistic expectations. Whalen encourages readers to recognize that everyone experiences self-doubt at times and that it doesn't mean you're not capable or worthy of success. The key is to push through the doubt and continue taking action, even when you don't feel 100% confident. Another powerful tool Whalen discusses is self-talk. He explains that the way you talk to yourself can have a profound impact on your mindset and behavior. Negative self-talk, such as telling yourself that you're not good enough or that you'll never succeed, can create a self-fulfilling prophecy. On the other hand, positive self-talk can help you build confidence and resilience. Whalen encourages readers to practice affirmations and to be mindful of the language they use when talking to themselves. Whalen also touches on the importance of visualizing success as a way to combat fear and self-doubt. By regularly visualizing yourself achieving your goals and overcoming obstacles, you can train your brain to focus on positive outcomes rather than potential failures. Whalen suggests incorporating visualization into your daily routine, especially before tackling challenging tasks or situations that trigger fear. In this chapter, Whalen also shares techniques for managing anxiety, which often accompanies fear and self-doubt. He explains that anxiety is a natural response to stress and uncertainty, but there are ways to manage it effectively. Whalen recommends practices like deep breathing, mindfulness meditation, and exercise to help calm the nervous system and reduce anxiety. He also encourages readers to seek professional help if anxiety becomes overwhelming or interferes with daily life. Whalen concludes this section by reminding readers that fear and self-doubt are normal emotions that everyone experiences. The key is not to let them control you. By taking action, reframing failure, and practicing positive self-talk, you can build the confidence and resilience needed to achieve your goals. Chapter 13, The Power of Gratitude and Mindset, New Expanded Section. In this new expanded section, Whalen explores the profound impact that gratitude and mindset can have on your overall happiness, success, and well-being. He argues that while the Core 4 provides a practical framework for taking action, cultivating a positive mindset and practicing gratitude are equally important for sustaining long-term success. Whalen begins by discussing the concept of gratitude as a powerful tool for shifting your focus away from what you lack and toward what you already have. He explains that many people get caught up in a cycle of constantly wanting more money, more success, more recognition, which can lead to feelings of dissatisfaction and frustration. Gratitude, on the other hand, helps you appreciate the present moment and the abundance that already exists in your life. Whalen shares his own practice of gratitude journaling, where he takes a few minutes each day to write down 3 things he's grateful for. He explains that this simple practice has had a profound impact on his mindset, helping him stay grounded and focused on the positive aspects of his life, even during challenging times. He encourages readers to start their own gratitude practice, whether it's through journaling, meditation, or simply taking a moment each day to reflect on the good things in their lives. In addition to gratitude, Whalen emphasizes the importance of mindset in achieving success. He explains that your mindset, the way you think about yourself, your abilities, and the world around you, shapes your reality. If you have a fixed mindset, where you believe that your abilities and circumstances are set in stone, you're likely to feel stuck and powerless. However, if you adopt a growth mindset, where you believe that you can improve and grow through effort and learning, you open yourself up to new possibilities and opportunities. Whalen discusses the role of self-limiting beliefs in shaping your mindset. These are the beliefs you hold about yourself that limit your potential, such as, I'm not smart enough or I'll never be successful. Whalen explains that these beliefs are often formed in childhood or through past experiences, but they can be changed with conscious effort. He encourages readers to challenge their self-limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering beliefs that support their goals. One of the key strategies Whalen shares for cultivating a positive mindset is reframing challenges as opportunities. He explains that setbacks and obstacles are a natural part of life, but the way you interpret them makes all the difference. Instead of viewing challenges as failures or roadblocks, Whalen encourages readers to see them as opportunities for growth and learning. By reframing challenges in a positive light, you can maintain a sense of optimism and resilience, even in the face of adversity. Whalen also touches on the concept of emotional resilience, which is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and stay emotionally strong in difficult situations. He explains that resilience is not something you're born with, but something you can develop over time through practices like gratitude, mindfulness, and positive self-talk. Whalen shares techniques for building resilience, such as focusing on solutions rather than problems, staying connected to your support system, and practicing self-care. In this section, Whalen introduces the idea of abundance mentality versus scarcity mentality. An abundance mentality is the belief that there are enough opportunities, resources, and success to go around, while a scarcity mentality is the belief that success is limited and that you must compete with others for a small piece of the pie. Whalen explains that an abundance mentality fosters collaboration, generosity, and creativity, while a scarcity mentality leads to fear, jealousy, and competition. He encourages readers to adopt an abundance mentality by focusing on their own growth and success, rather than comparing themselves to others. Whalen concludes this section by reminding readers that mindset is a choice. While you can't always control your circumstances, you can control how you respond to them. By practicing gratitude, cultivating a growth mindset, and embracing an abundance mentality, you can create a positive and empowering reality for yourself.